Hello dear students, welcome back to the Pharma Learning channel. Today I brought another one video on the most of the important dryer which is used in the pharmaceutical industry, which is known as the fluidized bed dryer. So let's try to go into the details, understand the details of this one in this video. Before that, if for the tutoring or the coaching need on the subject or the topic related to pharmaceutics, pharmaceutical technology, you can please feel free to contact on the pharmalearning@gmail.com. Now in the case of fluidized bed dryer, basically the principle of the drying, that's a fluidized material. But let's try to understand which type of dryer is a fluidized bed dryer. So if you see my previous video of the classified dryer, I have classified the dryers on the basis of the different criteria. So here I can say the fluidized bed dryer, into which the bed means the material which we want to dry, it is in the fluidized state. Second, it's a bed type of dryer, and the heat transfer is going to be taking place in case by the convection. Now in this case, what is going to happen? The heated air, that is a hot air, that's air at a specified temperature with the required pressure and the velocity, is going to be introduced from the bottom of the bowl. Now the bowl, it is shown by this particular rectangle, but the specific of this bowl is that the bottom of this bowl is perforated, means it is a sieve or the screen through which the hot air can pass easily, onto which we are loading the weight of the moist material which you want to dry. Okay, the hot air is supplied with the required pressure of the velocity. So what is going to be happen? This hot air will try to lift these particles of the materials to be dry into the fluidized state. So what is the fluidized state? Means each particle of the material is going to be surrounded by the fluid. Now what is a fluid? Fluid is a common terminology which is used for the liquid and the gas together. In this case, each of the particle is going to be surrounded by the hot air. Now here in this case, when each of the particles surrounded by the hot air, the moisture which is present in that material particle is going to be transferred from the particles to the hot air by the way of diffusion, and that is known as a convection. And whatever the moisture or whatever the liquid which is present with that weight or the moist material, it is going to be carried away from the top, from the outlet, along with the, that's a dry gas, in this case hot air. Now let's try to understand the construction of this one. I have shown the diagram, and the real picture of the fluidized bed dryer basically consists of this stainless steel ball blades I'm showing by the pointer, and the bottom is perforated. So this one you are finding over here, this one is a stainless steel bowl will be there, and yes, the bottom is perforated. The hot air is introduced from the bottom. Yes, in this case the hot air is introduced from the bottom. The air from the inlet is coming, it is passing through various filter, and it is passing through heaters to get the desired temperature, and it is enter from the bottom. Yes, so the air is sucked from inside and it is going from this way to inside that. Yeah, and the air is going to be required with the desired velocity. So yes, it is going to be forced by the force circulating device like a fans from the top of the equipment, and it is going over there. Yeah, beside that you are finding that is a, these are you saw like a finger like filter packs will be there, so through which the hot air can pass. But what has happened, the material which is coming, because the material particle with the fluid acid, so it is coming along with the hot air, so it should not go out. To prevent the loss of the material, we are using this finger like projection, that's a finger like filter packs too. Now let's try to understand the working. The working basically into which we are just loading the purported bowl either manually or by the use of the vacuum pump. By the use of the vacuum, the material which you want to dry. Then we are starting with the inlet of the air using the blower. So the air is coming with the required velocity. So because of that, what will happen? The inlet air is coming with the required pressure and the velocity that will try to convert the particle into the fluidized state. And along with that one, the air is also coming with the specified temperature, so it will also try to remove the moisture which is present with the particles. Later on, the next step, the filter bags are going to be sacked and the discharging of the dried material is going to be regular. Let's try to understand this all the step by the next animation video in this case. So in this video, it is to be shown that these are the different parts, and it is trying to show exactly the 360-degree view along with the what is required different parts of the fluidized bed dryer will be there. So you can say that this is on the top, that is air outlet will be there. On the bottom, this part is air inlet will be there, and the inlet is also passing to that where air is coming with the passing through various filter and to the heater also. So this is actually 360-degree view, so you can come to know what is inlet, where this is inlet, and this two are the outlet will be there. So now this is a purport about this coming out, and this one bottom is like a seal, and it is going to be loaded or the charge with the weight material, the most material which you want to dry. So this is to be done either manually or you can use by the use of vacuum pump. Later on, once the charging or the loading has been done, the entire ball is pushed back, and it is going to be sealed properly with the remaining of the unit from the top. Okay, because the air is coming with the velocity and the high temperature, so we'll have to seal it properly. Once the proper sealing of this particular the bowl has been taking place, then we are starting the fluidized bed dryer. Once you are starting the fluidized bed dryer, what will happen? The air from the outside, from the inlet by the suction valve, it is coming and it is passing through the various filter, and it is coming to the inlet, and it is entering to the bottom of the bowl as shown into this particular video. Yes, look at this. Now the air is coming from over here, and because of that is a bed of the material. Now it's trying to convert. Look at this white particles. Now that in the fluidized state. Okay, and that's going to be surrounded by the hot air, so the fluidization condition maintained. And once the entire drying cycle is over, then look at this, filter bags are sealed, and once the filter bags are sealed, the particles which are present inside the filter bag is coming out now. And now you are unsealing that bowl, and your material, what you material you have dried, you are just taking out that dried material. Okay, so let's try to now understand the next part for this particular thing, into which we try to understand the what are the factors affecting this process. There are basically two factors that's entire drying cycle is going to affect it. That's the velocity of the air, because this velocity of the pressure at which the air is coming, that will try to convert a fluidized fluid, that will try to obtain the fluidized state what we require, and the temperature of that, that's equal to drying. Yeah, this fluidized bed dryer is very widely used because of this two advantages. Yes, it has a higher drying rate, so the drying time or the entire drying cycle will be very short. Yes, the product obtained is very free flowing because the individual particles are going to be dry in the contact with the hair air. So the individual particles are going to dry because of the product is free flowing and uniform and the granular nature. Yes, but there are a number of disadvantages are also associated with this one. Yes, the particles basically form the aggregates due to the electrostatic charges, because air is coming, air might have some of the charges, and because of that the particles may form the agglomerates. Yes, sometimes due to the turbulence. Turbulence means the in the fluidized state, turbulence means the air the hot air particles are going to strike with the particles, and because of that the fines are going to be produced, because that both the particles strike together and attrition will take place. Yeah, sometimes the overheating of the material is also possible. Yes, the blockage of the filter bag may lead to the accumulation of the air inside, and because of that there's a risk of the fire or the explosion will be there. Yes, the operation is somewhat difficult because we'll have to control too many parameters, and yes, this equipment is going to be expensive, but still nowadays from the years together, and still today and in the future too, it is going to be used for the drying of the granules and the solids powder in the pharmaceutical industry. See, if you like my video, please give like to my video and subscribe to my pharma e-learning channel for the more upcoming videos on the various topics related to pharmacy. Thank you.